Hello again, whiskey friends, and welcome to a special edition of a Friday video here. We are going to do a follow-up to a special video that was done by Black Bourbon Family. Brandy and Jason did an awesome video that we want to keep the chain moving, but they called us out in the video as one of the WhiskeyTube channels that they watch. So we are going to go around and highlight some of the other channels that we watch, but we aren't going to duplicate who they already called out, which was the Bourbon Judge, Cheech at Whiskey Encore, Jason at the Mash and Drum, Dara with the Average Drinker, and Bill, not to leave Bill out, and us. And then the last one they mentioned was Whiskey Mountains. So we won't highlight any of those same names. We're going to highlight different people. Kelsey, kick us off. Who do you want to talk about?
All right, so I met this guy just a little while ago. Got to do a pick with him, and he is a absolute hoot to hang out with. Like, I wish everybody could get the chance to meet Chris from Bourbon of the Week. I will warn you, you may have to put in headphones to catch everything he says because he speaks at the speed of light. He really, really gets into it. He's super passionate. I love his approach to whiskey. He's got a great palate, great whiskey collection that he has as well. But also more than that, he's enjoyable. What you see is what you get. If you've met and seen his videos, that's exactly who he is. So that's one of the newer channels that I'm watching that I got to meet and hang out with. So that's one that you really need to check out. Bourbon of the Week, Chris. Such a fun dude. Great guy to hang out with. So I'll kick it to Darrell next.
No, and for me, guys, it's always been like a hangout, right? For me, I don't have whiskey drinkers here in Rhode Island. So hanging out amongst all of y'all within the pub style streams have been my jam. You know, the first few streams that I've ever been on were pub style, and that's kind of where I gravitate towards too. Like you'll catch me in chats from other channels as well, but I kind of just find myself gravitating towards those. And to kind of caveat on that, we're looking at we got Big Vic, Bourbon, and like Livewire. Those are like the three main for me. I know we're probably going over the 6 that we talked about, but those are the good like pub style channels that I like just hanging about, man. It's all about whiskey, good friends, hanging out, and just literally just relaxing. Like, I don't have that here, and that's the biggest thing for me. So if I can sit back like I'm doing right now, have a good pour, talk amongst some good friends, that's what it's all about. Because I can't physically do that, within my state over here. So I rely on you guys within WhiskeyTube to help me through that.
In Darrell's tiny little state.
my very little state. So what about you?
I also think it's funny. Kelsey talked about headphones and Chris, and I'm carrying Chris's headphone right here. Completely random aside, but I got to send that to him. So with mine, I'm going to highlight Dusty Dan's whiskey reviews. I've been watching Dusty Dan for years now. He does consistent 2 to 3 reviews a week for quite a long time. And then more recently, maybe in the last year, he started going live every single Monday, and he has turned Mondays into a whole lot of fun. Love hanging out with Dusty, whether it's online or in person, but still just going through his reviews. And I don't know, I learn a lot listening to Dusty and how he describes bourbon. He's so passionate with his hands too, as he's sitting there describing them. I love a good Dusty review. All right, back to you, Kelsey.
Caveat, if you get to meet Dan, ginormous calves. I've never seen calves on a man like this. Just incredible calves. Anyway, very jealous of his calves. My next channel that I actually met with this guy before he even launched his channel. We were hanging out in person. This, of course, is my buddy Trev at the Bourbon Wrench. He is so much fun. He really loves hanging out with anybody and everybody as long as we're drinking and having fun. Friday nights, right before Matt's stream at ADHD, Trev is kicking the party off. And if you haven't already subbed to him, you need to go check this guy out. He does Booze News, which is one of my favorites. He also has quite a few list rankings, which I really enjoy those too, of complete lineups. If you're wanting some knowledge on a complete lineup and what to drink, what he ranks higher than the other, if you're on a budget to see which one you should buy. He just has a really, really good sense of history, but also just honest opinions about what's going on in the whiskey world and with whiskey itself. So,
also my tag team partner, who will be taking down Darrell here very soon.
That's not happening. You got to get past the next round to do that.
That is true. I'm terrified. getting through Todd and Jonathan. So the last one that we are going to highlight here, this is a newer channel. This is a channel that needs some subscribers. So really appreciate the support on this channel. This is somebody who really does a lot of research when it comes to every single video. I'm talking hours upon hours of research when he goes into any given subject and somehow summarizes everything that he learned on that subject in about 30 seconds. And I'm talking about the world's worst bourbon channel. Go check out Gary over there. He's putting up some funny inside jokes about twice a week. He releases episodes in completely nonsensical orders. You just never know what episode number is going to come up next. It's kind of this interesting thing where I'm wondering if he's just messing with me the entire time, and then I love every second of it. All right. So there are, we mentioned 7 channels, I think, throughout this to keep an eye on. We challenge those 7 channels to do the exact same thing. Terrified of what Gary's going to do. God. We want to spread the love, keep it going, keep this chain going. And thank you so much for Brandy and Jason over at the Black Bourbon channel for kicking this off. Any other final thoughts, everybody?
No, man, that's it, buddy. I love it.
Everybody.
All right. Bye, everybody.
It's been real.